दीन बंधु जगत पथे.
Hello and welcome to Interfaith Insights, a spotlight on faith. And today I'm joined by my very special guest, Karan Rana, who's a very highly acclaimed traditional musician, trained in Hindustani classical singing, trained by some of the most renowned Indian musicians. He's been competing at a very high level in major competitions. He made it to the Bal Jagat, hopefully get that correct, the All Indian Radio, the Jalan Dahar, when he was just 12, and he's performed his bhajan, his devotional spiritual recitals for the Jalandhar Doristan, a well-known Indian television, which he started when he was just 16. And his melodies have earned him all King of Arcades in his musical circles, And Karan, along with his sister, Dr. Pooja Angra, have done UK tour covering cities from London, Leeds, Bradford, Avon, Nottingham, Southampton and Newcastle, to name a few. Karan lives in Edinburgh and has been performing at many big festivals and concerts across the UK. So, welcome, Karan. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Ian. Thanks a lot. Thanks for inviting me for this today's talk.
It's great to have you. And Karan, you stepped into the world of music at a very young age 5. I mean, it's a very young age to start. And we'll talk a little bit about that. I mean, was there someone in your family who encouraged you at that young age to start playing? And were you singing at age 5 or were you playing something?
Yes, I'll try to cover all of them.
Okay.
So basically, I think I was lucky to be born in a musical family. My whole family is like purely musical. Only thing is we don't eat in a musical way, but we talk and sing in a musical way, definitely.
Wow.
So yeah, so I did start quite early. When I was 5 years old, that at that time I was introduced to tabla, first of all.
Okay.
It's like Indian drums. People
Mm.
might have heard about that,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. So that then took me to a next level of singing. And as you were mentioning about my sister,
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Pooja Angra, she
Mm-hmm.
lives in Southampton. She's 5 years older than me, and she's a great singer. So she was singing in my house, and
Mm-hmm.
when and I used to listen to her. And then because I started playing tabla, I used to accompany her on the tabla.
Wow.
And then I started thinking, okay, I can also sing, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I can try singing. And so I think that's where it started. And my father is also a musician.
Ah,
He's also a tabla player, and then
uh-huh.
now he's composing and singing.
Wow.
My mother is a sitar player.
Wow. So it's in the genes. It's in the genes.
So yes. So uh, that's why. So that's how it started. And then obviously my father saw in me that interest, and then he started sending me to a teacher back in. So
Mm.
I'm from Punjab, North India. So
Mm.
I started uh, going there, and that's how it started basically. Yeah. So I started quite at a young age.
Mm.
And you mentioned about the couple of things, and
Mm.
about the Bal Jagat
Mm.
program. So that's a weekly show that comes in All India Radio.
Okay.
That's a national radio
Mm.
in India, and that's a program in that comes every Sunday
Mm.
morning.
Mm.
And my father used to take me and my sister to that program. I think couple of months, in 2 months, and we used to go there. Initially, we were just sitting there and listening, and then and slowly we started performing in that. So, and after I gave my performance there, I think I I remember I sang and played tabla together for the first time in the radio around when I was 12.
Wow.
Yeah, and I did get a bit of appreciation, and that motivated me a lot.
Mm.
Because like playing tabla and singing, sometimes you can go off the beat.
Mm.
Or playing guitar is, yeah, you can
Yeah.
have the rhythm. Tabla also we can have rhythm. Drums, everything we can have rhythm. But somehow singing with the percussion instrument,
Mm.
You have to, like, it gets time, takes time. So yeah, so that program, performing there, gave me a lot of motivation. And
Well, you're not very nervous at age 12 performing on national radio. I mean, it must have been millions of people that tune into that radio station.
yes, yes, yeah. It is, because it's a national
Mm.
radio. And I think almost everyone, at that time, even now, they watch them. A bit of nervous, I would say, at the start. But the way the environment was in our household, in
Mm.
because we used to, like, perform regularly in the private mehfils or private
Mm.
programs,
Mm.
where we will have couple of families, or maybe
Mm.
three families. Or and then we used to have something called musical kitty, musical, like a, what I can say, musical show,
Okay.
where every, like a musical tambola. Okay, that's the
Mm.
right word.
Wow.
So
Okay.
every couple of months, like, we used to take, like, there were 10 families.
Mm.
We used to have, like, every turn by turn, we used to go to uh,
Wow.
each and everyone house. And there, mostly it was like for 2 hours everyone will sing.
Fantastic.
And after singing we'll have food.
Wow.
So,
You have to sing for your supper is the old expression that we have here.
yes, yes,
So
yeah.
after being on radio, then did you kind of have that buzz? I mean, because I'm guessing when you go on radio, sometimes you meet, professional artists, big presenters, and you're thinking, wow, I'm with all these people. Did you think this is where I belong? I want to be a musician, or at that time, did you not think that way? Did you think this is just a hobby, or?
Yeah, I think the I would say, actually, I don't know when it started, like, totally on me. Like,
Mm.
I was totally involved in music. It could be like because I was singing a lot, and then
Mm.
suddenly I realized, okay, yeah, I could really do well in that. And my father, like, he always, like, motivates us. He keeps on telling me and my sister, okay, you do very well, but okay, you can do this thing as well. You can improve. and and also all the appreciations that I was getting from the people. And then, yeah, I thought, like, okay, yeah, I can definitely go for that. And then I started performing, and at a higher level. And then, yes, there were, like uh, uh, like, at that time, quite professional singers at that time,
Mm.
with which we were singing. And yeah, that made us, like, when I was a child, that made me a little bit of nervous sometimes. But then when you perform there, and then you feel, okay, that's good.
And
I
did you?
remember, like, yeah,
When you
so
go,
I
go on.
remember one is a, late, Vinod Agarwal. He was in India.
Mm.
Sadly, he died. So he was a great Indian bhajan singer,
Mm.
great following. He had a great following. And they were, I would say, when he used to perform, there were thousands of people used to listen to him. And then I got a chance. Once I got it, I think I might be, uh, between 15 to 20, some. I
Mm.
got a chance to sing with him, uh,
Wow.
on with him on his stage. And then singing in front of, like, many thousand people at that
Wow.
that time. Then,
What
although
age
I
were
didn't
you?
sing, sorry,
What age were you then?
I would say, not sweet 16, but 16,
Wow.
17 or 18. Yeah.
Wow. 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 Mm.
And when it was, not that long, I think 15 or 20 minutes I sang,
Mm.
and I think, yeah, less than half an hour, sang few bhajans,
Mm.
spiritual songs. And then, yes, it went well. So started, brought more confidence in. So yeah.
And is there was he one of the people who inspired you when you were growing up, or were there other classical or traditional artists that you looked to when you were younger?
Yes, yes, I would say, like, there's a very famous, like, event that happens
Mm.
in my home state in Punjab,
Mm-hmm.
in Jalandhar. That's called Hariballabh Sangeet Sammelan. That
Mm-hmm.
happens like every year, on the last weekend of the December. It goes on for 3 days, and great artists come in that prestigious event. It's a like milestone for us. Like,
Mm.
I really consider that event as a milestone if you perform there.
Mm.
And because I talked about my father, and then my music was in my family, right before my father, grandfathers, all of them.
Mm.
They
Wow.
used to go in this program, in this festival, Hariballabh. And now my father is there as a secretary there as well in Hariballabh.
Wow.
So when I used to go there, I used to listen to all of the classical singers. And I think I was 20 or something. Then I heard one classical singer there singing at the night at 2 a.m.
Wow.
because this festival goes on quite long. So
Mm.
at that time, I thought, okay, you can sing classical in a lot of beautiful way, in a different way. And I was really inspired by Sanjeev Abhyankarji. So he's from Pune,
Okay.
and he's from a Mewati Gharana. So that performance inspired me a lot. And then I started going to regularly going to that festival every year, and started that that basically inculcated interest in me, the
So
classical interest.
that festival was around classical traditional music.
Yes, it's a pure classical festival. It's singing
Mm.
and percussion instruments are there, like sitar players come, and veena players, and flute, and all the great singers that India has produced, right from
Mm.
Pandit. I'll just name few: Pandit
Mm.
Jasraj ji,
Mm.
Hari Prasad Chaurasia ji. Everyone has performed in that festival, and
Wow.
even going to that festival is a treat for people like me and everyone. And yes, so that's a big festival. Yes.
We'll talk about the difference between the music styles in a minute. Um, but
Ah,
from an early age, you were singing devotional songs. So, how important has your Hindu faith played a part in your life and in your music? So, obviously, a lot of the music you do is devotional music. So
yeah,
that must come from somewhere inside in you.
I would say yes. It's it's in our family. Yes, definitely. The spiritual side. We do, like, we are into spiritual side. Definitely, we do meditation, and we sing spiritual songs. And we belong to a Ram Sharanam family, where it's in India, New Delhi. And we have taken all the learnings from that institution, that organization. So that is in my family. So, and every week in my family, every Wednesday, there's a 1 hour kirtan or program that happens. That's purely spiritual, and we read a book, granth, spiritual book called Amritvani, which has been written by our spiritual guru.
Ah.
And yeah, so, and then after that we sing few bhajans. So that's how I think I also came into the spiritual side. And when I sing spiritual bhajans, obviously I get too much involved in that. Then I could
Ah.
I could
So,
feel something different.
and
uh,
do you feel like when you perform this devotional music, is it almost like a prayer for you? Do you feel a connection to God through that?
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. I think I won't say like it started immediately when I started singing, but it came slowly and slowly. Like, because at the start I was more inclined towards, okay, how I am performing,
Okay, of
like
course, of
like my
course.
performance. Okay,
I don't want to get the
be
words wrong,
absolutely
or yeah.
perfect. And but then when I sing spiritual songs, bhajans, and then okay, and then I think, okay, let's forget about everything. I'm singing just for the sake of, not just for the sake of singing for everything. I'm just singing to pray,
Mm.
or whatever I'm singing, there's a meaning towards that lyrics. And
Mm.
then it makes a totally different, it makes a lot of difference. we it takes to a different world. It can
Mm.
connect wherever we want. as they say, music is a like a shortcut to connect with God.
Wow.
If you can feel it and feel every word of it. So yeah, I could feel that some of the bhajans that I sing, or some of the spiritual songs that I sing.
Wow.
Yes.
And we'll get a chance maybe to hear something shortly. Can you tell us? I know you're trained in Hindustani classical singing as well. Um, I'm wondering what is the difference between the styles, if you can explain. So if you're singing a devotional song, is there a certain rhythm that you need to sing the prayers of the scripture? And then in the classical singing, does it have its own style? And then if you go to Bollywood again, does I mean
Yeah,
I'm in awe often when I hear Bollywood singers, the way that the voice just goes up and down, and
quite range. Yeah, definitely.
it's such a
Yeah,
skill.
I think Bollywood is also like it's quite a lot of variety in Bollywood. Lots of
Mm,
good singers, and they do all type of music. So yes, definitely. Yeah. So yes, these are different genres
mm,
of our culture, of our music. Like basic is for me, and basic is always Hindustani classical music,
mm.
which is one type of Indian music. Indian
Okay,
classical music.
okay,
Mainly, it's divided into a Hindustani music, which is not from the northern part, and then we have like from the south side we have got a Carnatic music. And because I belong to northern part of India, so I follow Hindustani classical vocalist. When you talk about that type of music, Hindustani classical music,
mm,
then when we learn all the different ragas. And whenever someone is singing that bandish or that composition, he or she has to stick to that particular raga, or
okay.
combination of notes.
Wow.
Like we have got, I'll just tell you, if I can just explain with
Yes, yes.
maybe a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So like we have got basic notes, like I'll just play a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know,
Good.
is it audible a little bit?
No, it's good.
Yeah. So it's like sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa. So it's a basic, like, now if I say sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa re. So when we are singing this, we have to always stick with these notes. We cannot go on any other note which
Oh,
is not in
wow.
this track.
That's hard.
Yeah. So that's what that's what it takes time
Right,
to learn. And then, but then now if we shift to the spiritual side, like the bhajans, then we can have little bit of variations. We can go, we can sing little bit of different notes as well. Let's
right.
say how it sounds. So we don't need to always stick in one particular raga, and it all depends upon the melody.
Wow.
And yeah, we talked about the Bollywood music. So Bollywood music, yes. So all type of songs come in that, ranging from slow
Mm,
to fast to melody to ghazals. But some of the Sufi numbers that are in the Bollywood,
mm,
they're doing are really great, I would say.
mm.
Um,
Is it
like
difficult to change your brain from the different styles? I mean, do you sometimes perform on an evening where you might go from Hindustani traditional to a devotional type song to Bollywood? Do you play all those styles in one evening?
yes, yes.
That's hard.
So
It's
me
difficult
and
to
my
do.
sister, Dr. Pooja, right?
Mm,
So she's in Southampton, and we
mm,
both have, as you touched upon at the start, we have done a UK tour,
yeah.
and we have performed at the various functions at
Mm,
various cities that you mentioned. So when we do our concerts, it's like 2 or 3 hours concert. In
mm,
that program, we try to cover these genres.
wow.
Like, we start with the old retro music,
Mm,
Bollywood music, soft numbers. People
mm,
can correlate with that, and then we move to new Bollywood
mm,
songs
mm.
for the more towards the modern era.
Sure.
We also sing semi-classical in that, and so we try to cover 4 or 5 genres at least. and end with a, you know, high rhythm,
Mm,
fast
mm,
rhythm songs or a Sufi number, like that. So yeah, and I've been really fortunate because my elder sister, she has always been with me.
mm,
In We were in the school together, and so we
mm,
used to perform together right from that age. And then it just like we always try to do different things. She used to
mm.
sing classical, okay, then I used to sing classical. She will sing a different song, I will. So that's how I think our throats got
Yeah,
used to that.
but it's very different from moving from that kind of beautiful slow tempo classical music to all of a sudden
I,
having a up tempo
I, I
Bollywood.
yes, I think the as long as, see, most of the good, if you talk about Bollywood, so
Mm,
some of the great Bollywood singers who have become very successful, they have, I think they got a very classical base. So
interesting.
they've learned classical, and that is basically a base, like a foundation.
Mm,
You know, if you want, if a classical singer wants, he or she can sing basically, I would say, whatever type of genre is there. Yeah, I was just going to say, like,
mm,
classical music, if you
mm,
talk about classical music or Bollywood, like, okay,
mm.
Bollywood has got lots of songs that are based on ragas,
Ah,
like
okay.
the
Well,
song.
so I believe you're going to play something for us now. What have you chosen to play for us?
Yeah, yeah, I can sing one bhajan, if that
Wonderful,
would be okay. Yeah,
great.
yeah, I'll just sing one bhajan. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु
Really great just to have a little small window into the
दीन
world and
बंधु
into this beautiful,
जगत
beautiful music.
पते।
So
Yes.
thank you so much. Namaste, and
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
a
I would want to say thanks a lot
mm,
for inviting me, Ian. नमोस्तुते।